High caseloads and high caseworker turnover has hurt adult protective services. That includes the elderly and vulnerable adults it tries to help. But now APS appears to be turning a corner. The caseworker turnover rate dropped about 5% from 2018 to 2019, and the turnover rate is expected to be even lower this fiscal year. Marcel Clark spoke to the agency about what has fueled this turnaround.
Here to talk about this trend is Adult Protective Services Associate Commissioner Kes Wold. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you.
Kes, part of this change was a $750 a month raise for workers. Now, the other part was a mentorship program that helped out. Could you explain how this helped?
Sure. The raises were critical. The legislature provided those $750 a month raises to our frontline caseworkers and their supervisors, and that really allowed our caseworkers to put behind some of those personal worries. They didn't have to worry about how to pay their child care. They didn't have to worry necessarily about how they were going to make their car payment, and now they could really focus on casework and taking care of the vulnerable people that we serve. At the same time, we also implemented a mentorship program. The work that our folks do is very complex, it's very difficult, and it can be emotionally draining. And by providing a mentor who's been there, done that, and can provide them with the support and the encouragement that they need, it has really made a difference.
Adding more caseworkers also helped with this turnover. You all just recently added 40 more. Do you plan to add any more people to this?
We will be adding an additional 5 caseworkers in the next fiscal year, and we have added those 40 across the state.
All right. We saw in your report that more workers were put in areas that needed them most. Where are those areas here in Central Texas? In
Central Texas, we primarily added positions, 2 in Austin and 1 in Temple. We have the entire state to cover. We have 80,000 investigations, and we have a little bit over 500 caseworkers to cover those investigations. So as you can imagine, we have to spread them out all over the place.
And about a year and a half ago, the Texas Auditor's Office released a report about APS. It said there were issues with caseworkers following policy, and sometimes clients weren't contacted as required. Now, is this drop in turnover helping relieve those issues, and how so?
It absolutely is. Our caseworkers, first of all, are able to concentrate more on their cases. We have also added some IT resources that help our caseworkers really track their workloads. When they have 30 cases or more on their caseload, it's important for them to have a tool that helps them remember who do I have to see when and at what time.
All right, well, Kes Wold, we are out of time, but thank you so much for coming in.
Thank you.
And if you see or suspect a vulnerable adult or elderly person is the victim of abuse, neglect, or exploitation, please report it. You can do so by calling 911 or the Texas APS and Elder Abuse Hotline. That number is 1-800-252-5400. That hotline is available 24/7.